I'm Kanard Lewis, folks. And what do we know? We have the 10th episode for season 9 for TKW videos. And we have our last appearing guest, David Asman. It's nice to have you on the show. You know, he's a cool guy. He's a junior, about to be a senior, like me, a freshman, about to be a sophomore. And last week's topic was a rather stimulating topic about God and faith and having him on our side. Yes, yeah.
Who was that?
Well, it was me. I was just talking about it. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we're just talking about it. But this week's topic is, his ideas about what does it mean to be a man. Whew. Personally, I believe that it's a social construct. People believe that penis means man or vagina means woman, but that just tells you that you're female and that you're a male. Totally different from being a man. Something that is more entwined in your development, because people mistake customs and who you are to be a man. Like, as a child, you can't really grow up to be a man. Like, but then again, some people at age 13 resemble more of being a man than a 21-year-old, right?
True.
Don't you think that?
I was thinking more along the lines of, okay, in today's day and age, right, if we usually consider, well, when I grew up, my parents told me, or at least the people in my African family told me, when you're a man, you have to provide for your family, and you have to get a good job and a stable job, and you have to pretty much, they had specific roles for men and women. Women had to be in the kitchen, women had to take care of the kids. Men took care of the kids, but not as much as women. Yeah. And I was just thinking, I don't think that necessarily applies anymore, simply because, a woman can do just as much as a man can.
Yeah, of course.
And these days, there's so many strong single mothers out there that they take both the role of the father and the mother.
That's true.
So technically, you could say that she fulfills the role of a stereotypical male in most countries. So because she's providing for the family on her own, has a stable job or multiple stable jobs on her own, does that mean that she is now a man, or is she still a woman because she's still fulfilling her roles as a woman, as caring for the children and feeding them, providing for them? However, she's taking on both roles. So what do you think about the specific roles that we've put on to men, and what does it mean to be a man? Because some people think all you have to do is, lay with a woman. Anybody can lay with a woman. Animals lay with women these days. What about getting money? People get money every day. Everybody gets some type of money somehow. Providing for your kids. Anybody can provide for their kids. Yeah. So what necessarily constitutes as what a man is? Like, what is a man? What does he do? That is basically my question.
Well, you see, in that scenario, because I lived in a single parent home. My mother had to take care of me and my little sister. Dad wasn't in the picture. So yeah, she did have to take that male role and to teach me how to become a man in many aspects, how to how to cook, how to clean, how to get money, how to work, how to fend for myself. Things that men are supposed to do, but women can do it too, like you just said. Because a woman, yes, they're more nurturing, they have more of a nurturing factor than a man, but for a man, the main job, I would say, is to provide, to be there, to be that one that's more rational, more caring, but more in the sense of going out inside the battlefield, not in the sense of war, but the battlefield of life, to provide and to just do what they have to do.
But I understand what you're saying, but who says the man has to do that?
Well, society
I feel
does.
like that goes along with. Society is also a vague word, because society can mean a whole bunch of different things.
It could.
So what I'm asking of you is, where did you get the idea that men necessarily have to be the ultimate provider? Like, who gave you that idea? Who instilled that within you? And why did they instill that within you? Because women are very powerful, and we're seeing more evidence of that each and every day.
It's true.
They're just as equal with men in every way. However, they have certain roles that many would consider weaker or under the man. So I'm asking you, why does the man have to be the provider or the ultimate go-getter? I have my own reasons, but I want to hear what you have to say first.
Well, they don't have to be. because my dad wasn't. He didn't have to take care of me. He chose not to. You know, it wasn't something that he chose to do. He chose to abandon me. See, but my mom didn't have to teach me to become a male or to teach me to become a man, but she decided that I needed both. I rose like it's more instilled that the father teaches men or teaches people how to be tough. It's like in order to be a man, you gotta be tough. You can't really show any weakness because the persona of a man is being institutionalized and saying that if you are crying or if you show any types of weakness, then you're not a man. The man has to be strong. Physically, men are stronger than women. And that idea of being physically stronger causes them to think that, okay, since you're physically stronger, then you have to be mentally strong. That you can't really show any types of emotions. But we have emotions too. Like it's crazy how we looked at as being weak when we show signs of emotion. But for a woman, it's okay. Or that if a woman shows any signs of strength, they're being ridiculed as well because that's not their place. You know?
I believe that, yes, the man is the provider. However, God ultimately, I've always heard from my uncle that God is the one who provides. Right?
He does.
And if that's the case, how can the man provide if that's his role? How can the man provide if you want to get technical, God is the one who provides, so therefore he gives the man an opportunity in order to, reach a status or an opportunity in which the man can have a job or a stable job and, continue to live life and provide for the family and do all these things. However, if he gets all these opportunities from God, is he really the ultimate provider of the home, or does he is he just under God? Because that's how I see it. I see it as God, then the father, then the mother, then the children. However, now I'm starting to see it as God, then the father and the mother, then the children, because I'm just starting to see them as equal in every possible way. So this was a genuine question that I had just so we could discuss it more.
No, that is true, because I do believe that God is above us, and then comes man and woman. Because I think women should be providers too. I don't want to be in a home where the woman is just nurturing the child and just laying on her back. I'm just sorry. Like, I think what we like is for men to be providers, but also to relate to a woman, to be emotional towards a woman, because that's how we we want a dynamic lover. For a woman, that they're mainly supposed to be nurturers, mainly supposed to be in the kitchen, but they don't have to be. They can be warriors too. But if you've seen the symbol of what a male looks like you see the arrow pointing out. It's like a warrior. Woman is just standing still as just the person that sits back. But we could be both.
So then, what would you say to a man who doesn't necessarily have a stable job, but he wants to start a family? I mean, because that's when I feel like when it comes to actually being a man, it also constitutes being a father as well, because you have to be some type of leader. At least that's what we're taught, right? So if he wants to have a job and something that he really wants to pursue, however, there isn't much money in it, so he's not sure about the foundation he will have for his family. What would you say to him about wanting to start a family?
Well, see, there you're talking about whether a man can do what he loves, and although he's not bringing in the bread, can he still be a provider? Providers, yes, sometimes it does have to deal with money, but women need emotional, support. Women need love. Women don't just need money. Children don't just need money, and money is just one fact. And sometimes men do have to sacrifice, but just like women have to sacrifice their dreams to take care of the child, because socially they're supposed to be the mothers. Men are supposed to be the breadwinners, and they have to sometimes sacrifice their dreams. Although I hate it, because I'm more of a guy that wants to do what they love, and if they work hard enough, something's gonna come.
Okay, so then I have two questions then. One, let's get the first one out of the way. What if the mother is the breadwinner? Does that take away from the man? I mean, I feel like that happens a lot in a lot of families in which the man feels emasculated when he is not necessarily the breadwinner of the family, or his wife counterpart. She has more money than him, or she makes more money than him, despite whatever job and despite how much he may love his job. What is he going to do? And then the second part would be, so are you suggesting that the man should actually sacrifice his desires so that he can have not necessarily a better job, but a job that is more stable, so that he can provide for his family?
Well, when you don't have a family, you don't need to sacrifice anything.
True.
You don't. I don't have a family. I'm not tied to any kids, so I don't need to worry about sacrificing my desires. I'm going out there to do what I love. But see, when you already have a kid, when you're already tied to a family, and you already made all those mistakes in the past, opportunities that you decide to discard because you thought that nothing was going to happen, but now you have a family, you're going to have to, not go throughout those desires, because many people want to go to college because they couldn't, because they got pregnant at an early age. But they know that they can't afford college because they need to put food on the plate for the kids and clothes on their back. So, yes, as a man and a female, you do need to trump your desires for taking care and being the breadwinner. Stability trumps over providing. But when you don't have a family to provide, to be a real man and to be like a true man, then you can start going out for what you want. You can start, believing in what you want.
And then what about the other question?
About what?
About the mother, because it happens a lot where the female is actually...
It's true, yeah, that happens too. My mom was the breadwinner. She needed to, she needed to bring home money, but she also cared, and she couldn't go to college because she had to decide food and clothes on the back, food and clothes in her life, or be poor. That's just, the struggles of being a man and a woman. But anyway, it's a great topic. Kanard, Lewis, David, Asman, our last final guest.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, we'll see you, and I'll see you next week. Thank you.